You're gonna love my nuts. Watch the
dance.
Boom, bitty, boom, 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 bitty, boom, bitty, boom, boom, boom.
Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, yeah. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Let's see what?
The Bears.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Welcome. I know it's hard to not laugh as you're watching that when I do that.
So
that video.
goofy, so fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Slap That 4 podcast. It is Thursday night now, not Wednesday night, a new night here. It gives Tim a little break from his 4,000 shows throughout the week. But it's Thursday night. It's the week of the Super Bowl. I just watched the greatest moment in promo in wrestling history, probably for me.
Wow,
For me,
in history.
That's how
Wow.
awesome it was. Like, it was that great. So I'm fired up tonight.
Yeah, bro. It's been tough to get. Big Sexy's been saying it's been tough to get into the football mood because wrestling is just like so crazy right now. Not for me. Like I'm the Chiefs are my side bitch, and I've been wearing this jersey all week long, and I'm not taking it off. I'm not washing it. It's dirty, but I'm not gonna wash it. Like I haven't washed it since I got it when the playoffs started, and I'm not. I'm gonna keep it status quo, baby. I'm gonna keep it status quo.
Yeah, I rocked the Travis Kelce t-shirt
like
tonight.
that.
I figured since I'm also on Team Chiefs in this one. But yeah, you're right. It's tough. It's tough to transition into sports, period, after that. That was unreal when I was watching the Rock slapping Cody, like the Rhodes and
It's a bitch slap.
the whole bloodline, the two families. Now it's getting interesting. So, but this is not a wrestling podcast. You can check the Wrestling Index out. Speaking of that, every Tuesday night, right around the same time, right here on Floor Slapper Sports, with my guy next to me this way, TK.
Yes, sir.
But how you feeling? It's Super Bowl week,
Bro, I'm feeling great. Like you said, man, I'm hyped as hell off that wrestling promo that we just saw. And we got Super Bowl week, man. Super Bowl, it's Thursday night. We are 3 days away. It's a game, man. We got a game. We got arguably the two best teams in the NFL legitimately that got there. The 49ers were the best team in the NFC. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, man. You said it last week. They played bored, throughout the year. Now they're not playing bored. They got great defense. They got great special teams. They got a great kicker. They got Patrick fucking Mahomes, man. You got the two best teams in the league squaring off this Sunday. I can't fucking wait for the game. But yo, my brother, before we get into all of that, while you guys are here, first of all, we want to thank you guys all so very much for tuning in. We really, really appreciate it. Please hit that like button while you're here, and please subscribe to the channel. We got great stuff 7 days a week, sports, wrestling, entertainment. We got great gaming content dropping as well. Check out the website, floorslappersports.com. And on that website, we got our merch, floorslappersports.com/merch. So go check out our merchandise as well. But Streets, I'm hyped as fuck for the Super Bowl, bro. I don't know about you. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm hyped for the game. What about you, bro?
So the Super Bowl is always great, regardless. No matter who's playing in it, it's football. It's bittersweet because it's the last game of the season, so you always got that aspect of it, and you got to go along. Well, the NFL has the headlines year round. It doesn't make a difference, really. There'll be football come Monday. There might not be games played, but there'll be football news come Monday. But the last football game makes it a little bit bittersweet. But then you got all the commercials. Always fun to watch. I don't care what anybody. If you don't like the commercials in the Super Bowl, you're just lying to yourself. And just a big giant bore. Halftime shows are always fun. I love all of them. This year, I like Usher. I do. We're going to talk about halftime shows here, and I absolutely can't wait to see what Usher does. I hope. I'm just going to say it, though. I'm a little bummed because the rumors, if anybody knows me, I was telling you, I was probably texting you and telling you. I probably told you, Tim, a million times about this. The rumors were supposed to be 90s boy band. So I got my hopes up for like a NSYNC BSB thing. But it didn't happen, and it's Usher. So here we are. But anyways, I'm excited for Usher. But halftime shows are always great. Yes. I don't know. It's just the whole pageantry, I guess you could say. The pomp, everything that goes into it. I like the glitz, the glamour, the pageantry, the national anthem. God bless America. It's just fun. It's literally a spectacle, and it's great. And it's the greatest Sunday of the year.
Fuck, I love everything you said, man. You summed that up beautifully. Graydon, I've never heard this one before. What's up, Graydon? Ben Buster, host of the Director's Cut right here in the network. Thanks for tuning in, brother. He said he wishes the Super Bowl was they had just like a big bowl of soup for the winner to drink from, like the Stanley Cup. Never heard that one. That's goofy. The Back It Up Binge podcast. What is up? Thank you for tuning in. Go check out the fellas over there. Give them a like, get them subscribe as well.
But yeah, you excited for Usher?
Oh yeah, dude. Yes, absolutely, bro. What generation did we grow up in? We grew up in the generation of Usher. Are you kidding?
Oh yeah,
I'm fucking stoked for Usher. I know you are. I know you are stoked for Usher.
I said you took it when you left for a second. That's what I was saying. I said I was bitter. I like Usher and I'm happy, and this is going to be a good show. But what I was telling everybody, I think I told you this. Right or wrong, I was getting you all amped up for an NSYNC BSB Super Bowl at one point when it was supposed to be them and Destiny's Child was the big rumor, some 90s thing. So I got myself all amped for that, and then I was sort of let down when they said Usher. But
is it sad that I would prefer? I love the boy bands, Destiny's Child, whatever. But I love NSYNC. I love Backstreet Boys. But I prefer Usher, bro.
He'll probably. It's gonna bang. He got a lot of bangers. So
they got a lot of like down music, a couple upbeat songs, but a lot of like downish music. Usher is gonna let it fucking burn, baby. You know what I'm saying? That shit is gonna be so hot. I'd love if Little John came out or something, man.
Oh, he's coming. So is Ludacris.
Maybe Ludacris comes out. Yeah. Come on, this shit is gonna be, dude. I got a little goosebumps thinking about it, man. See, it's just it's so fun, right? I love Reba. So Reba singing the national anthem to start the show. And then you got Usher doing the halftime show. I love me some Usher. I mean, forever I've loved him. Since I started driving, Usher has been in my CD player. You know what I'm saying?
Our northern days rocked the nice Atlanta hat with the bandana under, with the dress shirt on ever since the Yeah video dropped.
Yeah, man, Usher, dude, I'm stoked for that.
That'll be fun,
bro. Yeah,
so I say that. So I am excited for it. I might not sound it because of what I said, but I am excited for it. And it's nothing against Usher. I got myself way too ramped up for the other thing.
Well, maybe next
What
year.
were your other favorite halftime shows, though?
Oh, man. My favorite halftime show. So the first one that I mean, it's recent. The Eminem halftime show was so dope, dude.
Dre, Eminem, Snoop, Mary J. Blige,
Kendrick Lamar.
And Kendrick Lamar.
And
50.
50. Oh, he came out all plump fitty. Oh man, dude, that show was so fun. And it was
that one might be the best, I think. I know there's people out there probably
for our generation. For our generation. And it's cool. Like I had my kid, he was like sitting there getting down to it and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, bro. And then like you see, like, you know, I'm like with like the older level or like the older generation, I should say, and they're sitting there like, this is trash. Where are the rockin' or like the Rolling Stones and like where was the good music at? This isn't good music. And I'm sitting there like, yo, and I'm like, you know, everyone my age is just, and then bouncing, you saw like all those like the memes about, you know, your kid didn't know you were ghetto until you watched the Super Bowl with them, and then you just fucking got down like you were in high school and shit. Like, yeah, that was fun, bro. That was my favorite one. What about yours?
That's easily number one. I like Prince. I think Prince was pretty good too. I think that one might come in second. I enjoyed my third favorite for sure. This is what they need to bring back. They kind of got a little stale after JT and Janet.
Yeah,
for a little bit there.
Well, that was fun
because they tried to tone it down after I think 500,000 FCC complaints got called into that day when that all went down. If you don't recall that was the whole the booby incident with Janet Jackson got ripped off there with Justin.
Who doesn't know?
So then they kind of got a little sketchy after that. But they're bringing them. They're starting to get better again. But if we fast forward to like 2000, what was it? 2001, I think this was the year when they did it. It was NSYNC, Britney Spears, Nelly,
Mary J. Blige,
little Aerosmith. They had everybody. Ben Stiller was on it. Like he was doing like remember? So they were like cutting back and forth, and he was training all the people, and he was like their coach. Okay. And then he started off in a little snippet video that they made. So he was part of it. It was that was fun because everything from you had all music there, pop, R&B, rock. It catered to everybody. So that was probably my third favorite.
Okay.
What else do I like? I like Bruno Mars, but I'm a Bruno Mars fan. So
That was
one's
good.
kinda fun
No,
for me.
I heard that one stood out to me. I remember that one for sure.
How can we not say we didn't like? I get it. We're guys, and they do this on purpose. So like J-Lo, Shakira's, you know who they're gauging. With
That was my
this.
number 2. That was certainly my
Katy
number 2
Perry.
ever, dude. Are
So-
you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That shit had grown men just like mouth down on the floor watching them. Like, just too. I mean, their performance was great. I mean,
It was good.
They
They seem to switch every year too. It's funny. They'll get you like a big act, and then they go to. They're all big acts, but they go female, like male, female, male. They seem to be switching back and forth on that one. So I'd say those are probably my top 5, if I had to venture to guess. I didn't like the ones I hated. Absolutely did not like. U2 was garbage, but U2 sucks. Period. So I don't know. They're not gonna. You can't sell me on U2 any day of the week. You want to know why I hate U2 so bad too? Does anybody remember? Did you have an iPhone? Do you remember waking up one morning and then you had a U2 album forced on your phone? You don't remember?
Yeah,
they did that big
back in the
publicity
day.
stunt where they gave their album out for free on Apple Music to everyone who had it. So everybody woke up one morning had a U2
you didn't
album
want
on
the
there.
free. You didn't want the free U2 album.
No, album was horrible too. On top of that, so I have a huge issue with U2. So that one was probably my least favorite on that.
Okay, I got you.
Bet the over. He's saying bet the over on the pot.
Yeah,
It's hard to. Are they getting sneakier these days on how they practice it too? Because every year now there's like someone sitting outside the stadium with a stopwatch. Like
I think so because they're always everyone's always trying to bet the over. So I do think they're getting a little sneakier with that for sure. Thanks for tuning in, Michael. Really appreciate it, man. For me, my number 3 is
Mike.
Tom Petty, man. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Tom Petty is my guy.
That was good
dude.
too. I forget about that one. Yeah. See.
Yeah, Tom Petty was my guy. He's always been my guy. That show was very enjoyable. That show might have I don't know, it was 15 years, 16 years ago, you know? So, I mean, I was loving me some Tom Petty back then. I like the recent one that Justin Timberlake did as well. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, JT.
Yeah, he did.
About that one. That was
I think didn't Chris Stapleton come out and sing with him?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And then Call Me a Sucker, but I'm a big Maroon 5 and
now, so
Adam
quick
Levine
story.
guy, so
I got something fun for you on the Justin Timberlake one because that was in Minnesota. There was a lot of people that weren't too pleased with that Justin Timberlake was the one who got that Super Bowl halftime show that was in Minnesota.
Who did they want it? Prince?
Well, Prince was passed by that point.
I was gonna say, wasn't this was 4 years ago? Yeah, right.
So Prince was passed.
6 years ago, whatever.
A lot of people don't know the drama between this was. So this is the rumor. This is the little TMZ we'll get here on this one for you. I got a little scoop. But
Streetz of Scoops.
So when he made the song, when JT, it was with Timberland and Nelly Furtado, that one, it was like 2012 or 14 or something, that club banger that the three of them came out with.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a diss track hidden in the beat. And when he says, he's basically and Justin's part when he's doing his disc, because Prince apparently made fun of Sexy back once. So JT, when he says Sexy never left, we missed you on the charts this past week or something like that, because it was like #1 in the country, was actually, they say, was towards Prince. So he got Minnesota, Justin Timberlake, where Prince was from then too, after that whole debacle. So there was a little controversy on that Justin Timberlake performance there, because then they were letting him, the person who had a beef with Prince, supposedly do a Prince tribute too at the end of that. So yeah, but that's some fun music tidbits for you.
I had no idea any of that, dude.
Lady Gaga was good too. I forgot about that. I like that one. That was okay.
Yeah.
Coldplay, I did not like. I don't like Coldplay.
They're pretty boring.
See, Coldplay, I thought.
Well, not recently, but the old Coldplay.
I think Coldplay always boring.
Pretty boring.
It's the.
Yeah, that's it. That's about it for me. That's really all that stands out, man.
Oh, I think Bruce Springsteen too. Somebody, I got a text just now that said
Bruce. Yes, dude.
2009.
Yes, Bruce Springsteen was fucking awesome for sure. Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
not my cup of tea, but I see why that would be fun.
Katy Perry. I don't really remember that one. I did enjoy the Bruno Mars. That was fun. Beyonce. I don't really remember it, but I'm sure she put on a fucking great show. I don't remember Madonna. Oh, the Black Eyed Peas Usher. That was fun. I remember that one. You remember that one?
I do remember that one. That was a.
Pretty good. That was pretty good.
The Who. See, that's when they were. That had to be. When was the? I'm trying to see. Are they just erasing? When the whole Janet thing.
No, that was in 2004.
Okay, 2004. That's when.
Yeah, that was 2004.
Oh, see, but that was fun. Janet, P Diddy. Although now Nelly, Kid Rock, just what a.
Well, at the time, it was a hell of a show. Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever get Janet, P Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, Justin, and Jessica Simpson together ever again on the same stage?
No, I don't know that you could ever get them in a room together, man.
I don't think. No, that's a good point.
No.
You probably didn't get them in the same room together.
All right, Graydon said he enjoyed Paul McCartney. I missed this one earlier. The Weird Al would be an amazing halftime show.
Who hasn't gotten one that you think should?
Oh fuck. Jelly Roll.
I knew you'd go there.
I think Jelly. I think one day, no bullshit. This is gonna sound so crazy. I think one day Jelly Roll could fucking be a part of a halftime show one day, like Jelly Roll, Zach Bryan. I don't know if people know Zach Bryan, but he's just got the most musical or the most magical fucking voice in the world, dude. He's like, they call it country music. I don't necessarily know that it's country. Well, Jelly Roll's country music too. I don't know that that's country music either. But I don't really know what country music is nowadays. I digress. But maybe like a nice country music. Because I don't really think there's a lot of country music performers. Like a Carrie Underwood. There you go. Carrie Underwood. How about that?
Yeah, it's crazy she's never done it. She does the whole Sunday Night Football song. Gets a lot of money for
a realistic one. I'd love to see Jay up
not,
there one day, but Carrie Underwood, realistic.
I think Jelly Roll, it's funny. You have been a Jelly Roll fan since day one. He was underground when you were repping this guy. Nobody knew who he was when you were repping Jelly Roll. Now he's at the Grammys. Like, he's mainstream these days. And back when you were telling us about Jelly Roll originally in like 2011 or something, we would have told you no chance. Is he doing a Super Bowl? But now,
shut up with your jelly.
Yeah, jelly. I know. He's laughing now, though, but he now absolutely has a shot at one.
Oh, Post Malone would be dope, dude. He's good. He's very talented. I think Post Malone's pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I think a country music one, like a collaboration of like the dope country music singers. Like, I'm not a fan of Keith Urban, but maybe like a Tim McGraw, Keith Urban, Kenny Chesney, Carrie Underwood type of thing. Lainey Wilson is fucking super, super over right now, and she's like a big booty hottie. So like having her on the stage in front of the masses probably would do a lot of justice for people, like a country music thing is what I'm saying.
So a lot of people would dig that for you. I know that. That would not my cup of tea, unless you're gonna bring like Florida Georgia Line out and like.
Well, they broke up, but yeah, I mean Tyler Hubbard's still fucking rocking it out. I would love for him to be part of that collaboration. Everything he does is fun.
But what do they call? That's like the hip hop. There's what they call it, right? It's like the hip hop version. They're like more pop. People made fun of when they called it that. I enjoyed it though. I'm not making fun of it. That's what
Bingo.
Who I don't know who else you want. Like what I would like is what nobody else. Like I would love the 90s was great, and sure, the boy band stuff would be fantastic. But I would love a 90s R&B type show too, like where you bring out like Boys the Men. You could bring up. I meant like Boys the Men.
I know.
Drew Hill. Those types of
Jagged Edge
would be fun for me. Jagged Edge.
Genuine
right in there.
Come on, people Genuine singing in those jeans, fucking on stage and shit.
They would be fantastic. I'm shocked. Jay-Z never got a halftime show. He's had to be out there, but I don't think he's ever headlined one. I don't know. I think he probably might. He has to be on a short list at some point to get one. I know who else is. I know a couple people listening.
Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy the Jay-Z one.
I know someone who's close.
I don't think Jay-Z's enjoyable at all.
His music doesn't really bop too much. It
doesn't do it for me.
No, not for a halftime show. I dig it, but I don't know if it's halftime show material. Taylor Swift is going to get one at some point too. Is that?
Yeah, that's the obvious. Taylor Swift is for sure going to get a halftime show. It's just a matter of when, not if. And I think, were the rumors true that they asked her to do it this year with Usher once she started getting more into it, or is that just like?
I heard she was doing it. She was the one also who was asked to do it, but I don't know if there's any truth to those rumors. I'm looking through a list of like all my music, trying to see. You want to know what I would enjoy? Give me a Cash Money Record halftime show and bring them all out together. Lil Wayne, Juvenile, the Big Time, all of them. Just bring them all together for one big halftime show. That would be fun for me.
That'd be a pretty big difference than the first couple of Super Bowls. Do you know what the first few Super Bowl halftime shows were?
No, tell me.
We had in 1967, we had the University of Arizona and Grambling State marching bands.
Oh my God.
Grambling State's over like Grover because they got the job again in 1968. And then in 69, the America Thanks band with Florida A&M. And then, yeah, we started moving on from there. But yeah, man, we had a couple of marching bands when the Super Bowl first started. Pretty cool. A little college football feel.
See, it didn't become the glitz and glamour that it was probably until a little later on. What were the 80s bands? Do you have a list? Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm curious to know who did the 80s.
A salute to the big band era with Up the People, a Mardi Gras festival, a salute to the 60s in Motown. Fuck, isn't that crazy? In the 80s, they were fucking looking at the 60s and shit, man. That's nuts.
Salute to Motown in the 80s. Now it's like, whew.
Right, dude? Fuck.
Oldies, like what the 50s was then.
The oldies is Eminem, bro. All right? Like when Eminem ripped that shit 2 years ago, that was oldies. I don't mean to be disrespectful at all, but yo, Queen Riri ripped that shit last year, dude. I don't care if she lip sang, but just being out there pregnant, doing what she was doing, dude. I have nothing but respect for what Rihanna did last year, man.
I just pulled it up. Oh, Rihanna was great. That was good. Pregnant too. Kind of announced it. Doing all that pregnant,
right,
was pretty impressive. You can't even summarize what she did. So that was pretty legit. I like that one too. I'm looking at the list now too, and you are right. Wow, the Rockettes, Chubby Checker, the 80s, wild. George Burns, Mickey Rooney. They definitely. Yeah,
bro.
They didn't really change
around.
Times
have changed, baby. The times have changed.
91, it looks like Walt Disney did one, and it kind of took over because the New Kids on the Block did the 1991 Super Bowl halftime show. Wow. And ever since then, it looks like it kind of took off because then you had Gloria Estefan, Michael Jackson, then a bunch of other acts and stuff like that. After that, they got bigger and bigger, it kind of looks like. Even the Blues Brothers did one. I didn't even know that. 1997 in the Superdome. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is real cool, dude. Fucking Blues Brothers.
Boys the Men did it in 98. Look at that. I never even knew that.
They were the feature?
Boys the Men, Smokey Robinson, Martha Reeves and Temptations, Queen Latifah.
So there's your fucking Motown art. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
I already got it.
You got what you wanted there. Go catch it on YouTube.
It'll take
all right, Street.
But yeah.
Before we talk about food, all right, because I love food. I'm hungry right now. I can't wait to talk about food. Before we talk about food, I want to ask you, all right? You can go to the website, floorcybersports.com. You can check out the list, top 57 players that never win a Super Bowl. I want to ask you, who is the best player to never win the Super Bowl? You got Dan Marino. You got Bruce Smith, Barry Sanders, Anthony Munoz, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, J.J. Watt, Alan Page. Who is the best player to never win a Super Bowl?
Well, I mean, you said the name, right? You said the number one. You said him first. It's got to be Dan Marino. It has to be. It's a quarterback-driven league. The best quarterbacks win the Super Bowl. He's one of the best quarterbacks ever, and he never won a Super Bowl, which is kind of wild. So Dan Marino, Jim Kelly, gotta be 1-2, right?
Hall of Famer Devin Hester. He could absolutely be the answer. What's up, boy?
So, I'm glad you said that because I wasn't going to say Hester. I was going to say Urlacher.
Oh, God. He ain't the best linebacker. Fucking no, but I guess did Buckus win a Super Bowl?
No, Buckus didn't win a Super Bowl.
So there you go. Ain't Urlacher. But all right, so you got Marino?
It's got to be Marino, yeah. For me, I think it's.
I'm with you. You can argue Bruce Smith because he was so fantastic on the defensive side of the ball, man. He was number one sack leader, the sack leader of all time. But you said it, man. Quarterback. Before Aaron Rodgers came around, before Patrick Mahomes came around, he was the most skilled quarterback to ever play the game. He never got it done. He got there. He never got back. And that's what I fear about Joe Burrow, too. He got there in his second year. I don't think he's going to ever get back. Maybe. But I don't think he's going to get back. That quarterback's the AFC. Tough. Tough.
He got to go through a gauntlet. But if you said Bruce Smith, so I'll bring up more modern too, J.J. Watt then too. Probably can go into that because another one, he's probably up there. Barry Sanders.
Mm-hmm. What about your greatest wide receiver of all time, Randy Moss? Because he's your number one. He's your GOAT wide receiver.
They don't. He's my GOAT wide receiver for sure. Mm-hmm. But I think it's out of their hands a little too much, and I'm not gonna.
He could have had one.
So for me, it's got to be
the best Super Bowls of all time.
He could. I know that they should have. I don't even want to. God, that game.
Well, we'll talk about it.
We are, because we're going to talk about super moments. But for me, it had to be a quarterback or a defensive player, someone who really, really changes everything out there for their team throughout a season. So it's got to be on that side of the ball. I said Barry Sanders jokingly. The running back we know really doesn't matter. We will talk about that too tonight. The list of running backs who won a Super Bowl, and you'll laugh when we bring up these names. You're going to go, who? Not one of them making a lot of money either.
Running backs don't matter. The league tells you that every single offseason.
So yeah, it'd have to be one of them for sure.
Okay.
That's the
all right, cool.
But yeah, I'd say one of those guys. Dan Marino, probably number one for sure. Is that what do you think?
Exercise, man. So many greats, bro. So many greats.
You don't think Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers go on that list?
No, I got him on the list. Yeah, yeah, I can tell you exactly where they are.
I was joking, by the way. I just
they belong.
Joking. I didn't mean that.
No, they do belong for sure. I actually got Brian Urlacher at 25 on that list. Quarterback Phillip Rivers number 40, and Matt Ryan number 56. So they all made the list. Not a great list to be on. I mean, Matt Ryan. We're going to talk about that game.
Well, he might be part of the worst great Super Bowl for me. For anybody who out there who loves seeing Brady win, but one of the worst debacles I think I've ever seen. When we talk about that Super Bowl, it's going to be kind of funny because we'll get to that. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil that story, so I won't say it yet.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about him. Or do you want to talk about food first?
We can go food first. We'll dive into food here real quick since the big game is very food driven. Everybody's going to eat. I don't think we eat bowls of soup like Graydon had mentioned, but we do pig out, and it's a huge part of the Super Bowl. Are you doing anything? What is your favorite go-to food when you're watching the game? Is it wings? Is it wings?
Yeah, wings. I eat pizza every day. So, I mean, pizza's whatever. And I eat wings at least once a week anyway. But you got to eat wings for the fucking Super Bowl. It is an absolute must. It is a necessity.
Wings, that's definitely tier A when it comes to Super Bowl food. It's I'd say pizza is kind of boring. Yeah, I agree with you on that, especially in Chicago. Probably we eat it way too much, so I can't put pizza on that list. I like a good nachos.
Nachos sound good. Like a dip, like a good,
like a queso.
Like a taco dip?
I shouldn't say nachos. Make like a nice. You can make guacamole, but then you also make a queso, and you kind of dip the chips in both of them. I kind of like the finger foods there. I like a good veggie tray with French onion dip.
Veggie tray is good. Carrots are always good for sure. For sure, the broccoli.
You gotta have some like. You ever see the Dr. Pepper commercial with Tony Romo and I don't even know who he's barking with? It's on the radio like all the time. They talk about passive snacking after halftime. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about on that one.
No,
they're asking what's the play? Is it hot dogs or nachos? And they're bringing like fake callers on, and the guy's like, "You gotta go with popcorn after halftime. No passive snacking or something." Tony Romo, I don't know. Tony Romo's just being dumb. Tony Romo on the commercial, but you do have to have yourself a little snack, like a little healthier, easy to eat type snack too. So that's why I kind of like the
well, because you don't want to be the guy who just sits there and smashes the half a bag of chips and the whole thing of dip, so you got to sneak a carrot in, you got to calm it with a little piece of broccoli. I get what you're saying.
But now we're getting to the good stuff though, because I cook, so I got to do something big too. So I like to make something big. You could do, I'm not a big, like I have a smoker, but I'm not a big like get out there at 5 a.m. type person on Super Bowl Sunday and do like a brisket to the big game. Like that's not my cup of tea. Some easy stuff for you that you can do though is you could do prosciutto wrap jalapenos on the smoker, and they only take like 2 hours to do. So you basically you take the jalapeno, you stuff it with cheese. You can use any cheese of your choice. I kind of I like cheddar, just a little sharper bite to it when you eat it. Mozzarella is good too, but it's a little plainer. So, but anyways, you take cheese and the jalapeno, you wrap it in the prosciutto, then you season it with like the same seasoning you would put all over, or the same rub you would put on like a pork belly. And then you smoke it like 2 hours until the prosciutto's super crispy. Then you dip it in hot honey when you eat it too. Nice little spicy snack for you there. So something like that I like too. It's finger food. I'm not a potato skin guy, and I'm also not a guy. You know, you'd like to joke that I make pasta a lot, but that's something I'm not going to make on Super Bowl Sunday either.
It's very heavy.
It is kind of. It's super heavy on a Super Bowl Sunday. I would do though.
What about
I like a little
good
taco
chili?
bar. Chili's okay. I like so I don't make chili though, so that's probably why I wouldn't do that. I dig a good taco bar too for Super Bowl, where you kind of you put everything out, you make it yourself.
Okay.
Because then you can kind of do all kinds of different meats too. You don't have to do ground beef for that. You can get out on the grill and do some carne asada, some chicken, stuff like that, and put it on there too. But I would agree, wings is a must. Definitely have to have wings. Some sort of dip, whether it's queso, guacamole, French onion, some veggies to go on the side, and then something fun I'll do. So I think I'm going to do the prosciutto this Sunday.
It sounds good. That if I'm at home, that sounds like a great tray. I also might go to Jewel and get some fried chicken, or the Jewel as we call it, a little bucket of fried chicken. All right, they got great fried chicken at the Jewel. So
people that are listening don't know what Jewel is, but it's a grocery store, and maybe they have a Kroger by them or something. It's similar in a sense to these other stores when you get to these other states, but they do have awesome fried chicken. Tuesdays, every Tuesday night, you get the $8 bucket.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't even know that was a thing. I'll just occasionally get it on a Sunday here or there.
Oh no, it's Tuesdays. Yeah, you get 8 pieces, $8 or something like that on Tuesday nights. That's their special. You'll see a lot of people there on Tuesdays waiting for fried chicken.
And obviously, that feels like a lot of chicken. You're doing wings, you're doing fried chicken, but it's just a different, different
you
feel.
eat all day though.
Sometimes you don't have people who want to get dirty off of wings, because we're not going to get boneless wings. Like we're getting bone-in wings. You got to get. But you got to make sure if you're going to do that, if you're hosting a party, like you find wings that are like good for people that they can just pick up and rip off. You can't order wings from a place that the wings are this big and like this meaty. Well, those are good, right? Like I would love to smash a 10-piece at home, sitting there chilling, watching a game alone. But if you got like 10, 15 people over, you want to make sure that you got the wings that you could just fucking bite into, throw that bone out.
Are you flat? So you like flat or drums?
I'm fine with either. I do like the flats because I feel like you get like
no wing discrimination on your end.
No wing discrimination. I like to. I'm an animal when I eat wings, so like I'll just like I kind of like the flats because it's more work. So like I gotta like dissect it, rip the bone, shred this one piece, shred the other piece, and then like I diagnose both bones and be like, haha, gone.
I like easily for me. It's flats. I'm not a big like. What the heck is it called? What is it? What's the hard to chew stuff that comes on the other one?
Like the fat, like around the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I like the flats a little bit better because
it doesn't have that.
And if you get those big ones that I'm talking about, right? When you get like a what the fuck is it? A thigh or whatever. And you go to or a drum and you go to rip around the top of it. It's all, man. Someone's got to spit that shit
gross.
Out. Yeah, you don't want that. On the flats, you don't get that type of meat. It's just good quality chicken.
If you're one of those psychos who takes the drum and puts it in and pulls it out and it's completely clean and eats that whole part of the drum, you need to be locked up in a mental institution. You're fooling yourself that you say that's good because it's not good. You're chewing on the weirdest, chewiest meat I've ever had in mine. That's no thank you when it comes to that.
Because when you get done with those, there's still a little chunk around the top.
Yes, but some people like get through it all. It's crazy.
And then it's like bare down to the bottom. Whereas the flats, you just rip into it and it's done. So
I'm a flat guy for sure on that one. Food's a big one. See, that's why I love the Super Bowl though, because it's not just about the game. You gotta eat. You got a snack and there's entertainment, there's commercials. What's your favorite commercial ever?
My favorite. Oh, it's got to be Budweiser.
That is classic.
Budweiser. Yeah, like the frogs, dude. Yeah, that's gotta be the best one. You know why? Because that's what sticks out in my head right when you asked me that question. So yeah, that's my answer, bro. What about yours?
For me, I'm probably gonna say the Budweiser was good, but I really, 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 really liked
What up, Doc?
Office Linebacker. That was a good one. That was a sneaky good one, actually. I like Puppy Monkey Baby. I'm probably gonna say people are gonna go, you about your damn mind by saying this one, but Puppy Monkey Baby from Mountain Dew probably takes the cake from me. What else? I like the Budweiser one. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back, like you went back to like the Budweiser era one.
That's just what clicked in my head, bro. Fucking right when you said that to me, I'm like, yep, Budweiser. And then I always thought about like look at clearly beer commercials coming to my head. And it's another Budweiser commercial because I have the Budweiser with the horse commercials. What the other one that popped in my head too. So
I remember the what's Budweiser one too.
Yeah,
that
Budweiser
became popular when they were doing that one. That was a fun one.
I remember GoDaddy Danica Patrick for the first time because I was just like, "What the fuck is
Terry
GoDaddy?"
Tate?" There you go, Doc. I knew it. Terry Tate, Office Linebacker. That was the it was a Reebok one.
Yes.
And then,
what up, Poppy? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a great night, man. I can't not wait to chop it up, talk that wrestling that Streetz and I were talking about earlier. Check us out tomorrow night on the Debate Network, right around 7:30 Central Standard Time for sure. Poppy says, Banger Mania running wild with Streetz and TK. Let's go. Poppy, I know you're excited for the Super Bowl. Poppy, San Francisco 49ers are playing in this game, but you know how we talked about that last week.
Sorry, buddy.
You know what we're repping. But what do you got, Streetz? So what's your favorite, bro? Is there one in particular that sticks out to you?
My favorite, I think it's Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. It was the Mountain Dew one, and he comes out dancing. Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. You don't remember that at all?
No, I got.
Oh yeah, it was kind of weird. I like that one. I like the Was Up Budweiser one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That one was fun. I don't remember what it was, but I remember there was a fun Betty White one too with Snickers one year.
So what you're saying is Budweiser has just made the cream of the crop when it comes to commercials in our life.
They do a good job. They always do. Budweiser definitely always does a good job. And I remember Talking Babies. E-Trade did one year, and they had like the baby talking.
Oh yeah.
That one was really good too. I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
The frogs are probably the most iconic though. They got to be. If you were doing like. Not a bad idea. Maybe when you're this the NCAA March Madness tournament of Super Bowl commercials, the number one seed probably got to be the Frogs, right? The Clydesdales people will probably put as a one seed too, but they're just more classic than they are like funny.
That's what popped right in my head when you asked me. I was like, oh shit, commercials, man. I didn't think about commercials. Oh well, what else? What else would it be, dude? Of course it's Budweiser. Budweiser for the win. Well, that's what we did at Northern. We did 3 keggers of Budweiser. Why the fuck are we going to get Miller or Bud Light? Yo, we can get twice the alcohol content and get the Budweiser for the same price. We're doing Budweiser.
We got a budget on those those college keggers too. So that's kind of you got to get the best bang from your buck. So Budweiser is the best bang from your buck. It's not water like some of the other beers that you're going to drink are. And so yeah, but now I don't like any of that. Yeah.
No, that's why I drink Stella.
That's a good one.
Poppy, what are your thoughts on MVP for Lamar and Rookie of the Year for CJ Stroud? Yeah,
that's bingo. That was the easiest thing probably to
and Will Anderson for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, they did fucking fantastic, man. The Texans in their draft.
It was don't get me wrong, Ivan. Brock Purdy hung around for a little while there in the MVP race, but it was a Lamar world this season, and it was his pretty much buttoned up through.
Brock was so close. Dak had it for a while. I actually think Dak had it, and then he shitted away the last quarter of the year.
Yeah, Brock he did too.
Like Dak had it, Brock stole it, and then Lamar, that 49ers game, done. Yeah. It's my MVP. Yeah.
2 MVPs too for Lamar. No, impressive. And this is, you want to know the craziest part about this? He was available to every single
Washington,
team in the NFL.
Falcons. Who else turned him down? It was like 4 teams that turned him down, dude.
It was almost like everyone, all the owners colluded together and were like, "No, we're good. We're not going to do this."
Yeah.
You could have had him for a first-round pick or something because at this point, good God, 2 MVPs, but congrats to him.
Bastards, go check them out.
And
Thank you guys
CJ
for
Stroud,
tuning in.
what's up, guys? And CJ Stroud, another slam dunk. That was an easy one. That one, whew. We're doing it's not a fantasy show, but we're already doing a startup. If anybody doesn't know, that is Dynasty Startup. So, and CJ Stroud went 2, in case anybody cared to know, in a startup. I wouldn't take him there, and we'll talk about that when we get back in Roto Slappers.
2.
But 2 in a super flex Dynasty Startup. He's probably floating 6-7, so it's not that outrageous, but 2. So that's what we're talking about with CJ Stroud already. Like,
no, and we'll talk about that on Roto Slappers. Why you should just work a fucking trade and trade down a couple of picks and fucking.
But Stroud is really, really good. Yeah, that's what he said here.
Oh yeah,
he played the stuff that he did. The amount of throws really for him without interceptions, like that's like prime Tom Brady-esque stuff.
Well, and we talked about it last week, bro. And we're not going to deep dive into it. If you want to go check out the video, Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams, go check it out. But when we were talking about CJ Stroud last week, it was like, cool. You could say Nico Collins and Tank Dell, they're great wide receivers. But who the fuck was Nico Collins and Tank Dell? Like, CJ Stroud arguably made these guys who they are. And again, he making guys like Brevin Jordan look good. No, Devin Singletary is in the backfield. Street said they had the 21st ranked offensive line. Yo, CJ Stroud's a baller, and I did not see that coming, dude.
1% interception rate, wild. I mean, that's just how you do things right there. Crazy. 23 touchdowns to 5 interceptions in 15 games. Crazy. Really awesome stuff from CJ Stroud this year. We had the one pick. We could have had him last year, Tim. Could have had him last year. I know that.
Yeah, but
revisionist history there, and that we're not.
And that would have been with this team, that coordinator, no wide receiver without DJ Moore. Who knows that again?
DJ Moore is better than anything he has there. That's
way better. But right. But I'm saying, way off topic. We can talk about that another day for sure. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we got we're rocking the Chiefs tonight, brother. Rocking the Chiefs tonight. Even Streets Bro guys, T Kelsey, baby.
With my T Swift Kelsey shirt with the heart on it. So
I haven't said
Swifties. How you doing, Swifties out there? We are pro Swift in this.
All day, baby. All day. I love that heart going up. I haven't said DeMarco helped a lot with CJ for sure, just the beginning for them with development. We'll talk about that more next season for sure. Yeah, man, it's just the beginning for the Texans, man. CJ Stroud's just going to continue to grow too, especially as they put more pieces. They got cap room. They're going to just continue to make that team better.
I'm going to tell you, this is what we said. Before we get into our best Super Bowl moments, I'll wrap CJ Stroud up with this. We always say that. Or this is what I said last week, and I thought I kind of summed it up in my head perfect. At least it sounded great in my head. A great quarterback can make a offensive coordinator or a head coach look great. A good coordinator can make a average to mediocre quarterback look average to above average. That's how that works. Like, I'm going to pump I think D'Amico Ryans is awesome as a head coach. Don't get me wrong. And Bobby Slowick, all of a sudden, his meteoric rise to head coaching candidates next season.
I would have taken him in Chicago.
That's what I'm saying. So but like, it's still CJ Stroud. Like, don't be surprised if you get Bobby Slowick goes somewhere else. He doesn't have CJ Stroud. And everybody's sitting around going, how come the offense doesn't look as good as it did when he had CJ Stroud? Well, because he had CJ Stroud. We deep dive last year. Last week. I'm not going to rant about that anymore about offensive coordinators. We got plenty of time for that because when the Bears make their decision,
Caleb.
Hopefully, Caleb. Even though JSN's Shane Waldron little tidbit that happened this week on CHGO did not help. If anybody doesn't know, did you see it?
I did, but JSN was a third string wide receiver as a rookie, and
he didn't get the ball like he wanted, so of course he wasn't going to be happy. So I don't know why people are blowing that out of proportion. Like, he got hurt too. JSN forgets that he break his wrist in like the preseason game.
He was out a couple of games, man. He had to learn the offense. He's a rookie. How many rookie wide receivers actually pan out? I mean,
if you watch the Roto Slappers, we told you careful there. There's 2 really, 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 really good wide receivers ahead of him in that depth chart. They're not going to lose.
And they run the ball a ton.
So I'm sure he wasn't happy. So I'm not. Not here. This is Super Bowl Sunday. Let's not talk about the miserable Chicago Bears. What's your favorite Super Bowl of all time?
Oh, 28-3, bro, for sure. My buddies and I, my
It's
buddy
not
Joe-
41?
What?
It's not Super Bowl 41?
No, it's not. No. My favorite Super Bowl moment of all time happened in 41, yes. But no, my favorite Super Bowl of all time was 28-3 when the New England Patriots came back to defeat the Atlanta Falcons. They were still down 28-3 with 3 minutes and 33 seconds, I think, left in the third quarter when the fucking like me and my boys, we always get together. I miss the shit, man. I miss it a ton. But we would get together for everything. But we get together for the Super Bowl, like huge fucking monster fucking screens shit. And my buddy is huge Tom Brady fan. Like he's just like fucking infatuated with Tom Brady still to this day. Still get Tom Brady shit every day because I'm a Mahomes guy, so he's never gonna be better. Blah blah blah. Dude, I understand, dude. Mahomes to get to Brady has so much work. All right, but he had Patriots jerseys for all of us. We were rocking Pats jerseys. Some Ty Law, some Gronk, some Brady. I digress. Halftime, I'm like, I'm out of this Patriots shit, dude. I had like fucking $700, $800 on the Patriots. I'm like, I'm taking this Patriots shit off. Give me that Falcons Deion Sanders jersey. And I was like, if I could put it on, I still have it. I was like, if the Patriots come back and win, I get to keep this jersey. So he's like, all right, cool. It's like this authentic badass Deion Sanders jersey. And then I went upstairs. I was chilling. I was eating. He always made this killer ass dip. It's like this cheese dip with meat in the fucking crock pot. So good. So I'm just sitting there fucking just spoon feeding myself this dip while they're downstairs in the basement watching the game upstairs. And then we're starting to come back. So I closed the door and said, you guys stay the fuck down there. I'm watching the rest of this game upstairs by myself. So I actually watched the rest of that game by myself upstairs as the Patriots came back and won. They were going crazy downstairs. I was going crazy upstairs and we celebrated together. But that game, the experience, 28-3. I mean, come on. And I won all that money, dude. Oh, it was just it was a hell of a time, bro. That was my favorite Super Bowl ever. What about yours?
So that was a good one. And I remember I lived in Berwyn. We staged in Berwyn for a year. Anyway, to know Berwyn when no one knows who that is except for us watching this. My wife fell asleep on the couch. Buffalo chicken dip. I forgot about buffalo chicken dip. See, but that's a dip. But I'm not. This is here's a hot take for you. I will eat French onion dip. I like the Daisy French onion dip.
Okay.
Outside of that, I hate sour cream. I think it sucks on anything. And
Wow.
I don't like cream cheese either. So I don't like cream cheese. I don't like sour cream. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like any of that stuff. But I, for some reason, will eat French onion dip, and that's the only thing I will eat. So it's hard for me to eat buffalo chicken dip because I know what's in it, and it's a mental hurdle for me to do. And so yeah. Anyways, so Super Bowl 41, or no, what the hell was that one? That was 34 or a 51, not 41. I can't read Roman numerals. I have the list here, Roman numerals, and I'm an idiot trying to read what the normal. Does anybody know what normal? Can you? If I put that one on the screen, you think you can read it?
What Super Bowl?
A Roman numeral?
Yeah.
No, just numbers? In general.
Yeah. What are the numbers?
Oh no, I know. I'm saying now. It takes me a second. LI 51. So like I can.
LI. Oh well. I was asking what the acronym was. I was trying to figure out.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just putting the.
Oh yeah.
The Roman numeral I have, and I have a hard time doing.
Like for this,
I'm bad at math.
What is it? This one?
Horrible at math. Stay in school.
LX 3 1s. LV 3 1s.
Yes, LV.
Yeah, LV 3 1s.
Yeah, something like that. I think so, right?
Are we Taylor Swift fans? Oh yeah, we are. We're Swifties here. Absolutely.
I have Kelsey putting the heart right to her on, so of course
we're rocking it. We're rocking it for sure.
What the hell was that? I lost just thought.
Which one? Which Super
Sound
Bowl?
Like an idiot. I lost my train of thought.
Which Super Bowl are you trying to think of?
Either whatever. People, like I said, stay in school. But that Super Bowl, the one where they came back on them, my wife fell asleep.
Yeah.
And I think I turned on like BoJack Horseman on Netflix for a second. I was like, this is toast. This game's over. I think I turned it off, and like I can hear my phone, the same group chat that we've been in for a decade, and people are just at that point though. It was only like some of the old guys that we don't even talk to anymore, but it's people are just talking, going, OMG, OMG, oh no. And I was like, what's going on? So I look at the thing and then I like flip back and my like jaw dropped to the floor and I couldn't even believe what was happening. I was like, are you kidding me? I literally was watching BoJack Horseman on Super Bowl Sunday night because it was 28-3. And I thought this was going to just be a shit show the rest of the way. What an epic debacle by the Atlanta Falcons in that game. But I'm all for it because I like Tom Brady. So that was fantastic to see. But I missed most of it because didn't see the comeback. The only thing I saw was like the final score for the Patriots in that one because I finally was like, oh, crap, everybody, I can't believe what's happening. So I turned the game back on. And I looked, my wife's snoring next to me, long gone already. That's how boring that game was by that point. So I can't even say it was memorable to me because I didn't see it. I missed the entire comeback. But it was cool that one was cool to see. I think my favorite, if anyone doesn't know, I'm a huge Tom Brady fan too. I'm wearing a Chuck Kelsey shirt here. Like we'll jump on the bandwagon, Streets, because that's all you keep doing. But I'm a Michigan fan. Brady went to Michigan. Always been a Tom Brady fan. So I think my favorite Super Bowl to watch though was when the Marshawn Lynch run the ball game, basically.
Oh yes.
Well, they had it when Seattle fans hate this one probably, but what were they on the 4-yard line or like 1 yard line, 2 yard line?
Like the 1 yard line, bro.
Yeah,
like they were there. They were right at man.
And of course, Russell Wilson gets picked off in that scenario, and the Patriots go on to win that one. So that's probably my favorite one. I would say I love the Devin Hester moment in the Super Bowl. That was probably my favorite moment. But I hate the actual game. That one was a disaster afterwards. It sucked for Bears fans. If we had any competent quarterback in that game, it would have been a different story, and I firmly believe that one. I probably, I kind of like. I did like the Ram. I'm not a big Rams fan, but I enjoyed that game with the Rams Bengals one. I'll shout out Matt on that one, on his Rams winning that Super Bowl. It was a good game, but 23-20 I think was the score in that one. So I kind of like the closer games. So that's more fun for me. Outside of the Tom Brady moments, I just like a good competitive game. I don't like when Carolina's getting pounded out there by the Denver Broncos and like Cam Newton's hiding from the football. And a lot of people are going to bring up was it the David Tyree catch? Is that who caught that ball or something to ruin the New England perfect season? Is that who it was?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people bring that up, but like I said, I'm a Brady fan, so that one crushed me from deep down.
Yeah, your boy would have won a Super Bowl. They would have been undefeated, the greatest team ever. But no.
So that one, that's why that one sucked. The Ravens 49ers one was good. Is that where the lights went out?
Yep.
The lights went out that game. That was a fun game.
Brothers in the Super Bowl.
That was a fun game. But I'd have to say the interception on the goal line there is probably my favorite moment to seal the deal for the Patriots in that one. It sucks for if I was a Seattle fan, I probably didn't watch football ever again. I might not be even into sports anymore if I had to watch that.
I mean, you got Marshawn Lynch, and you're not turning around him. That's fucking wacky, and that changes Brady's legacy too. Like everything changes. I mean, he's still going to be the GOAT regardless. But one less Super Bowl at the time, that changes everything. The one you didn't mention that I absolutely loved, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals. That one was a fucking banger-ass Super Bowl. Kurt Warner almost got another one, and then Big Ben let him down. The catch by Santonio Holmes in the back of the end zone, the toe tap, that was beautiful. That's a game I'll never forget.
I went to a bar for that game, and I did not see any of it. I'm not going to lie. I remember it. It was 2009, but did not catch a minute of the game. See, I hate the big parties or like that's why I'm not a big fan of going out to a bar for the Super Bowl. There's too much going on. And like if I'm drinking a beer, I gotta be talking to everybody and walking around the bar. Hey, it doesn't become a game for me anymore. I can't see anything. I can't watch the commercials. I sound like a crotchety old man right now saying this, but it's like the truth. Like I don't like all the people there, because then I can't tune into what I'm trying to tune into. So I miss then you miss a Super Bowl like that. So I remember the bar I was at too. Like it was yesterday. It was at a Berwyn bar out of all places for that game.
Hey, sounds like a good time, bro.
It was not that fun.
I hope to get to a bar on Sunday. I'll either be sitting right here, and if I am, I'll be on a watch along, watching the game with the guys. And if I'm not, I'll be at the bar. I want to get to the bar, and the bar is always fun. But I enjoy the bar, you know. I like the bar.
I also like, we'll go way back, I like some of the Vinatieri moments in New England.
Yeah.
What was it, like 2002 when they were winning by like field goals?
The real hero there. They won a couple. They won the Carolina game by a field goal. They won the first one, the Rams game.
And the Rams won by
field goal.
Sorry, Maddie. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, those ones I enjoy. I hate a lot of people around here like the Packers. What was it? Steelers one. I hate that one.
Oh, awful. That's the worst Super Bowl ever. Just such a bad thing.
Because they won it. That was the
so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably, I wish to this day, the most excited I've ever been watching a Super Bowl was Devin Hester's return kickoff, though. Like, I don't know if I can ever recreate the emotion that was inside of my body when that happened.
No, I thought we were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like, we're going to beat Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl. It's over.
Right.
Devin Hester just returned the kick. Like, when we have Hester scoring, we can't be stopped.
No.
And little did we know that the rest of that game was going to turn out just horribly. Rex Grossman, good God, what a horrible era. I saw the list. I think Urlacher, they interviewed him. He was on Waddle and Sylvie or something. Or I forgot where he was, but I saw the list of quarterbacks that Brian Urlacher played for when he was here. And it's the most pathetic, miserable list of quarterbacks I've ever seen in my entire life. That defense probably doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't.
Well, Urlacher played with the best Bears quarterback in history, so.
Yeah, he did.
So there's that. But enough about the Bears.
Typical Bears fashion, though. You got to. So they got Cutler. It took them a while. Remember though, when they got Cutler, they figured that Devin Hester be just fine as his number one wide receiver.
Correct, because they didn't want to pay him to be a return specialist because they're idiots.
But yeah, but that was probably my favorite moment. Now I just hopefully it's a good game this Sunday. I can't do like a 38-13 game. The commercials are fun, but it just gets hard to watch then after a certain point. So that's why I even turned that Falcons game off, the Falcons Patriots one.
Yeah, man.
So go ahead now for the bettors out there. You got let's give them some betting advice. Yeah, this is right for them.
Okay. Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. There we go. All right. So yeah, this right here is an awesome little prop sheet that I found. Obviously, if you like to gamble, I love to gamble. Go and gamble on the game. Chiefs +2. You know, I'm all over that. I'll probably buy a 1.5. Taking +3.5 because that's what I like to do. Buy points, be secure, be safe. Taking the Chiefs all day. But everyone loves their props. You know, we saw, I think it was Anthony was in here earlier talking about the national anthem. I think it was over, it's 87.5 seconds. Reba singing it. You got the coin toss, whether it's going to be heads or tails, who's going to win the game. You got the total. You obviously got all the shit inside the game. The color of the Gatorade. Is it going to be water or is it going to be clear? Is it going to be orange? Is it going to be blue? Blue is 1-2 of the last 3 years. So will it be blue again? There's just so many fun props. But if you want this sheet, you can just go to sportsinteraction.com. That's sportsinteraction.com. And you can do this printable prop sheet if you want to do something like with your Super Bowl party. This is nothing that I'll do. I'm just going to go on to my PointsBet app. If you can use Bovada, obviously DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever the fuck it is that you do, you're going to have hundreds of props. You can prop all of this stuff. You can mix player props in this game with NBA player props that are going on that day, college basketball player props, mixed in with the NFL player props. So I mean, you can get real spicy and real dirty with this shit if you want to go that route. But for me, I like to keep it pretty simple, bro. There's things that I like to bet on every year. That is the national anthem, like you said earlier. Maybe they got it down, but I always like to go over on the national anthem. Heads or tails. I always like to go heads. I feel like it's been. I should have looked at the trends a little deeper before I came on. I think it's been tails the last couple of years after heads was just on a crazy big run. And then the Gatorade color is always fun as well. Like those are just a couple of the little things that I like to hit at. But if you want to go get this prop sheet, you go to sportsinteraction.com. Check it out, print it out, and then go on your. I mean, if you like to gamble, go on your local, go on your local sports book or go to your local sports book because goddamn, they're all over the fucking place now, and just have some fun with it. That's really all. That's really all that I like to do is just have some fun with it. Me and the wife, we chill. I mean, it makes it fun. So like, she'll be watching the national anthem. She'll pull out her time clock or her stopwatch and be like, all right, let's go. And oh shit, is it gonna be heads or tails? Who's gonna win the coin toss? I love that one. Who is going to win the coin toss? Like there is just so much little stuff you can do before the game starts.
So that's fun.
All fun little
make it a game. You can make the commercials a game. You can do props in the game.
I saw for commercial props, will the first commercial be a beer commercial? Yes, was plus 600. No, was like minus 400 or something along those lines. So yeah, I saw the craziest one. Will he propose to her? So will Kelsey propose to Taylor Swift?
They have to win the game for that to happen.
Correct.
That's for sure.
Correct. I didn't see odds on that, but yes, that was a serious prop as well. And no, Poppy, you're spicy mania. You're nipple mania, Poppy. You're nipple mania. But yeah, brother, that's all I got. Personally, for me, I'm gonna be ripping Chiefs plus 3.5. I'm gonna take heads on the coin toss over Reba, and yeah, I think that's it. Oh no, the Gatorade color. I don't know what color I'm going to choose yet. That's always something that I gotta think about. I gotta look at the odds. My point or my sports book doesn't have that prop up yet. So as soon as it does, I like to do something with like I think purple was like plus 600 or something last year. So like I throw a dub on purple. Like I don't want to go with the favorite, even though the favorite probably going to win.
Yeah, dude. That's what I like. The Super Bowl should be make it a family thing, make it some sort of big spectacle. Doesn't have to be the game. You can make it a game. The little guy ain't gonna watch the game. He might make it like 5 seconds watching the actual gameplay, but get little mini like footballs and fit like paper ones from the dollar store or whatever it is, and let him have a field day with it. So then he remembers the Super Bowl. That's how I remember it as a kid, kind of getting older. So it's party, food, and all kinds of fun stuff like that. That's what always makes it fun. By the way, that's Fearless. She was 20 years old when it happened.
Well, I was going to guess Fearless too, but I didn't throw it out there. What's her middle name?
One thing I know, Allison.
How do you know this shit? You Google it?
One thing I do, I never miss the Grammys. I've always been a music guy. So a lot of people that don't know me we'll just get the cat out of the bag while we're talking about it at this point. Even as a DJ, we can call myself, if you want to call it that one, back in my day when I would DJ even like Tim's house parties in college. It's a whole other show. I was also in a boy band, if anybody did not know. Like an actual legit boy band, like an NSYNC Backstreet Boy one. So I've always kind of liked music since I kind of played music, can play the drums. Bunch of other, I learned how to read music and I was like in 4th grade. So music's always been kind of a fun thing for me. So I never miss the Grammys. And I always try to, these last few years, I haven't caught up to like the new music and stuff that's like out there. It's hard for me. Like I don't have a clue what Taylor's, the album that she won this year though. Because I just haven't been paying attention to any new music. So I had no clue what the Grammys were this year. But a few years ago, the last 30 years, starting a few years ago, I knew everything that was going on in the music world. Knew all the albums that were going on. Heard them all. But like I said, now I'm becoming that crotchety old man that just listens to old music. It yells at people on my lawn. and stuff like that. So it's the times have changed, and I'm not as hip as I used to be back in those days. So the
Old
new
man
music doesn't
Street.
really. You know the South Park episode where everything is poop coming? That like Stan starts seeing everything in poop. Like it's poop on the screen, poop in music. Like Stan's dad starts playing the fart music and stuff like that. I see what I get it when you get older. I kind of see how that it all turns into that new stuff. So you stick to the stuff that you know. But man,
Awesome.
5 years ago I could have told you anything in the music world. I did catch some of the Grammys though this past week. I made sure I love Tracy Chapman.
Yeah, that was
and
great.
so I wanted to see that. So I did watch that performance. That was awesome. And I'm so happy that if anybody does not know Tracy Chapman Fast Car before this, shame on you, because Fast Car was probably one of the 10 greatest songs of all time before he even redid it. And I'm happy to go on to see it on iTunes right now that it's actually it was like number 1 in the country again, Tracy Chapman's version 2. So I'm glad that like he got her. He was in heaven during that performance. He kept looking over there, like couldn't even believe what he was doing up there singing that song with her. So that was one of the coolest Grammy moments I've seen. But yeah, so I do catch it once in a while. You still watch the Grammys ever?
Yeah, I watched it this year specifically for Jelly Roll. Because
did he win?
No, it's okay. It's I didn't anticipate him to win, but just the fact that Jelly Roll is nominated for a fucking Grammy, the fact that Jelly Roll's got all this publicity, the fact that Jelly Roll is sitting there hugging Taylor Swift and shit, and Bunny's putting on her Instagram like, oh, this has been Jelly Roll's crush forever. I don't know why. I don't know. No disrespect. Oh, no, kind of Taylor Swift girls here. I mean, Bunny is, Bunny, but everyone's got their crushes. You know what I'm saying? Man, I watched the Grammys for that, and then I was at the bar. So the Grammys were on at the bar. That volume wasn't on though, so I'm like, that fucking defeats the point. So I whipped out
I was gonna say, how do you watch the Grammys without the sound?
I saw Luke Combs and Tracy Chapman on, so I fucking whipped my phone out, dude, and I the Xfinity app on my phone. So I just started I put that on blast, and I'm just sitting there on my phone watching the performance, and that was amazing. That's about all I really watched of it, though. I'm more of like a country music awards kind of a guy, so like I'll watch that whole show because like that's like what I'm into.
The Grammys always reminded me of the Oscars in a sense. Like it wasn't the stuff I really liked too much.
Yeah.
To a point, like people that should win don't ever win.
Miley Cyrus. Fucking stoked for Miley Cyrus, dude. Love Miley Cyrus. I've always loved Miley Cyrus. She's got a beautiful voice. I mean, you could take all the crazy wild shit she's done fucking in her career out of the way. What has never not been there is her voice. She's got a fucking amazing voice. I'm so glad that she finally got a Grammy and got her due for sure. So that was excellent to see.
She's grown a lot. It's good to see her step into the music realm that she's kind of turned into now. The success of Flowers was great too. But see, you want to do a music pod? I can do a music pod. If you want to do a music pod with me, anybody out there, it's great. I know here comes my buddy Graydon. The Oscars are the best. See, who's by the way doing an Oscar watch along, right? So make sure that if you are an Oscar fan or you love movies, you make sure you tune in to our buddy the Bin Buster Graydon, because nobody knows more about movies than him. No one on planet Earth. I will go past Earth in the galaxy, in the multiverse. So, but the Oscars to me is another thing. It always like I don't know what these movies are sometimes. Like how come? Like my favorite movie of 2019 was Avengers Endgame. Like it should have won movie of the year at every award. That's how awesome that is. But it doesn't even get nominated in those categories. So like that's why that's why the Oscars are always a little tricky for me to get through. Because I sit there and I'm like, well, I didn't see this movie. It's like a short film. Then they're like nominating short films. It's like a minute long, and
I can make a short film. I make short films a couple times a day.
And then they show the one who wins the short film of the year, and it's like a minute long, and it's a cartoon of like a line that just expands into like colors, and they're like, it's called The Short Dreams by somebody, and they give him the award, and I'm like, what? It doesn't even make sense. It's just a line that turned into colors, and it took 30 seconds to do, and it won an Oscar because you gave it a fancy name.
God, what an ugly trade I just completed in the new startup. I traded down, or I traded up 6 spots and then traded down like 8 spots twice. It's not so bad. Who did I want though, Streets? Who did I want is the question. Who did I trade up for? Gabe Davis or Tucker Kraft. That's right. That's right. I think Gabe could fly if he lands on a decent team.
Oh boy, you're trying to sell. You're trying to sell yourself.
It's the 15th round. All right. If I can get a guy who I can occasionally flex, the reflex league, Gabe Davis, I'm with it. Yeah. Good play, Tim. Good
yeah,
play.
sure,
Sorry.
Gabe Davis. We'll talk
Sure.
zero about him and Roto Slappers.
Sure. I don't know where he's going to end up. I mean, fuck.
Buffalo needs to add I think it's Dalton Kincaid's season. In Buffalo this year, I think he's going to take over that presumable number 2 role, possibly 1 at some really soon as Diggs gets a little bit older. But Diggs, I think, is staying. But they do have to get another wideout at some point. But yeah, Roto Slappers. Wait, we are coming back. It's on a nice little break because we don't really have much fantasy stuff to talk about. So NFL draft, which it's coming 2 months, right?
Yep.
Just please get it. Bears do something. Get it over with. I want pick a lane, trade Fields, let the world know who you're taking. Do something so that I can live sane again.
They're not going to trade Fields till after they secure Caleb.
I know.
Fields won't be traded until the night of the draft.
I hate that. So,
which also takes away their leverage.
It does. So that's why, why wouldn't they want to get ahead of free agency and try to get a deal in place before some team?
Yeah, right. And once teams know you already have Caleb Williams, what does that mean?
Yeah,
you have to trade Justin Fields, so you're going to get less stock for him than you would have fucking got.
There's an infinite number of Gradens who are variants who all love movies and are the best of their. Yeah, but we have the best variant on this Earth 616 that we are currently on right now, Graydon. We have the best version of Graydon here.
March 13th, we will know. Is that the start of free agency?
I think so. Is it?
Right.
Is that the new league year?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Last year he flipped him before free agency, I thought. Didn't he?
Yep. Yeah. So that's what I mean. So like the NFL is a weird place because like there tamperings happens and it's it happens, but it's okay because free agency is done in like a day or 2 days. And football and basketball, and everybody knows where everyone's going to go before the clock strikes, like the time it begins. Like you'll see a shifter like 2 days before free agency is like so and so are expected to sign a deal, blah 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 blah. Like, and free agency is done in 3 days for the NFL. It's all done. It's dried up and complete. Baseball is the absolute worst free agency period in all of mankind. Is how MLB runs it.
It's still going.
Still going.
It's still going.
If Scott Boras is your agent, that means you're probably not signing until February these days. And that's just kind of the aggravating way that goes. But so I'm sure we're going to hear news soon is what I'm getting at. That's kind of what I'm saying. We'll find out shortly who is going to something's going to come out.
Because what if they trade Fields? All right. Right. What if he trade Fields and then Caleb pulls? I don't think he will. But what if he pulls the power play? All right. And he says, I don't want to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
I know you're fine with just moving on to Drake May then, but I'm not. I'm not at all. I'd much rather trade down, get Marvin Harrison Jr., collect picks, and build around Fields. Easy. Like, that's easy to me. So you trade Fields then, and then you also lose Caleb. Like, that's the ultimate stick a dick in my ass. Like, that's like fucking Bears fans in the worst way. Maybe not you, but like 98% of Bears fans. It is Caleb Williams or Justin Fields or bust. And like, it's a very hard Justin Fields, Caleb Williams. Like,
I know Poles. He's too smart. He's not going to trade. He'll know Caleb's tune. Like they're already talking. The camps are already talking to each other. So he won't. If he trades Fields, that means he's certain Caleb's probably coming here or coming here. I don't think Caleb's not going to want to come here either. I think the Cliff. We didn't even talk about that yet. We can end real quick with that, a few minutes, and then we'll get out of here. Cliff Kingsbury ends up at the last 11th hour not going to Oakland, and now he heads to Washington. Washington downgraded offensive coordinator. I'm just going to say it. They did. Eric Bieniemy's better in my eyes than Cliff Kingsbury. I have no doubt.
I think so too. I do.
Cliff is a mess, and the Washington's going to see that. Like I I had to try to like talk myself into Cliff when they were flying out to go visit him. Like, can he be okay? Like, he just seems like another Nagy type guy. Like, he has ideas in his head, and he's like, "Oh, this could work and this could work," but he doesn't know how to put it together out there, and he just throws a bunch of stuff out. And it's just some wild offense that he's throwing around out there. But so, anyways, Kingsbury ends up now in Washington at like midnight on Friday night or something, and the whole world explodes. Washington fans are going bonkers and running around, and Caleb, we're gonna get Caleb. But people forget, like, well, the Bears have the number 1 pick, so what are you celebrating? They hold their own cards, but they're like, whoa, we got Cliff, and he congratulated him on Instagram, so we're gonna for the love of God, and that means we're getting him. No, it doesn't mean you're getting him. He's just congratulating his old coach. But anyways, it sparked that whole new rumor, is where I was going with this, and to Caleb now to Washington. But look at the two teams. Chicago is just in a way better spot than Washington is right now. Washington, we have their best defensive end now on our team. They gutted the defense a little last year. They have like one guy left. Right. So like that's not, and then to trade up from 2 to 1 is going to cost you a fortune in this draft, because if the Bears don't take it from Washington, they'll take it from someone else that wants to move up. If they decide, if Caleb's like, well, I don't want to play there, and they'll be like, well, we'll trade this pick to these guys. So Washington at the end of the day is going to be gutted and not have any capital and have nothing to put around Caleb. And I don't think he's not going to power play himself an Elway or a Eli. I don't think so. You saw Jay Glazer. He said to Caleb's camp.
The same shit we've been saying. Streets, bridges, statues, buildings, fucking streets.
They will take the fucking bean down and put a Caleb Williams statue where the bean is if he wins a playoff game for you. Like
it'll be the size of the Sears Tower, dude. If Caleb Williams brings us a Super Bowl, that man will be in like I don't even have words, man. It would be the biggest fucking statue, a building. It would be the Caleb Williams this, the Caleb Williams that. Like, why?
I'm going to steal a quote from the Sandlot. This is how I'll encapsulate the scenario for Caleb Williams if it works out in Chicago, right? The Babe Ruth guy said it in the Sandlot, right? Heroes die, legends last forever. Like, he will own the city of Chicago. It's Butkus and Caleb and Walter. Like, that's what it will be Hester. For the next 100 years. I love Hester. He's a Hall of Famer now. I get it but yeah. People don't bring him up in the Walter and like
he's the best goddamn Bears player that I have seen since I've been alive. All right,
I get it, and he is, and he's the best special return man ever. But I'm saying
best
like
Bears player that we have ever seen.
No, that's no.
Yes. Yes, it's true.
It's Brian Urlacher is his name. Stop.
No, it's true.
Brian Urlacher, hands down, is the best.
No, it is Devin Hester.
Yeah. Dude, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's it's funny. Have you ever heard Yurko hates this?
What?
So like, everybody else is
I play every snap and all he does is return kicks and fuck you, John. Fuck you.
He turns into that old. I know. I agree with you. Hester definitely. He's the best. He's the best special.
Yo, Adam Vinatieri. All right.
He changed the game.
That's a Hall of Famer. Justin Tucker. That's a Hall of Famer.
No,
Devin Hester.
All right. Yeah.
Justin Tucker?
That's fine. You're right. I get it. Well, I know.
Come on, man. I get no Super Bowls. If Justin Tucker has done it, but is it his fault? Has he missed playoff kicks?
No. I just know my stance on kickers. That's why.
I understand, but Justin Tucker is the GOAT minus playoff kicks, which is why Vinatieri is the GOAT.
Hester, at least, he didn't kick. He changed a lot more of the game, though. Like he revolutionized how they
did it in the
kick
Super
off.
Bowl.
So
he did it in.
He definitely deserves to be in there.
Super Bowl.
But yeah, anyways, Caleb goes on Mount Rushmore of Chicago sports. Like, if he wins a Super Bowl in this city, it's Jordan and Caleb Williams. He joins Jordan. He might go. People are not going to like hearing this, right? We've been so starved for a quarterback in this city. And may God rest his soul. Walter Payton, I've heard, awesome. Doug Butkus, another guy, rest his soul, awesome. Caleb Williams he trumps all of them when he wins a Super Bowl and becomes a franchise quarterback in the city. And he goes on Mount Rushmore with Michael Jordan. That's just basically how it goes of Chicago sports. And he becomes like the MJ of this city, football wise. And that's just Jay Glazer kind of he's spot on when he says that. You are a global icon if you can be that big in the city of Chicago. So
Yes.
that's why I don't think he's going to end up saying, no, I don't want to go to Chicago. I don't think that was even true. I think his biggest thing, there's always, when there's smoke, there's fire. And I get Colin Cowherd said and backtrack all week, last week on the radio. When there's smoke, there's fire. And you know what? He probably Cowherd heard his camp is just a little nervous that the Bears might change coaches like they always do. It's the coach carousel there. Like, are they going to pick him? And then do we have to deal with the whole new offensive regime next year? But I don't think I'm 100% certain we don't have a lame duck head coach. I think Waldron and Eberflus are here now for a few years. And I think that's the way it's going to work. So
I agree.
So yeah, I don't think Cliff means anything plus it's toned down too. A lot of Washington fans now are commenting on the post like, no, I'm not trading all that to move up one spot. We have way too much. This roster sucks. Like, we're
talking about 2 firsts, 3 seconds, and a player. And Poles might ask for another fucking pick. Like, that's what Caleb's worth. This kid is touted as the best prospect since Andrew Luck and better than Peyton Manning. That's fucking crazy.
Maybe we can have a Super Bowl special and we'll talk about Caleb Williams. That's the hope, right? Good Lord. Man, we deserve it, right? We live in sports hell so much that at some point we got to get something. Just odds alone tell us that we're due for something.
Not something nice. Like sure. I'd love a NBA championship. I would love a World Series. It's the Super Bowl. This city needs a Super Bowl. I need a Super Bowl. I need a Super Bowl so fucking bad. I need a Super Bowl.
I want to go. Yeah, I need the hat, the T-shirt. Yeah. I want to go to the parade and just.
I would almost trade in for the rest of my life getting a Bears Super Bowl or a Bears dynasty and never get anything again from the Sox, the Bulls, or any other team that I fucking root for, dude. I want the Bears. I need a Super Bowl so bad.
Madam, rebuild on it. So here's the thing though.
I thought they were with me and Deshaun Watson. That's where we were. We were on Deshaun Watson.
You were on Watson. I was not even on a quarterback. I was on Jamal Adams. That was
Jamal Adams. Yeah.
But that's the kicker. Is that basically shows you that the argument in that 2017 class was like there was no Caleb Williams. There was no clear-cut one. Like top end quarterback that has to go before everybody else, especially when people were putting defensive guys still in the 2 spot there. Like, oh, just take him.
But isn't that bullshit though? Because why shouldn't it have been Deshaun Watson after he just beat Alabama for the national championship, who had like 5 guys come off of that defense into the NFL draft?
Yeah, no, it should have QB wise. I agree. Obviously, it should have been Mahomes.
Well.
History on this one,
but I mean, like coming out.
But yeah, no, it should have been Watson coming out. But the fact that if Trubisky people were clamoring to him so much but even clamoring to him so much, I'm not hating on Mitch here either. This is not. I'm trying to word this right, so I don't hate on him, Watson or Mahomes here. There just wasn't there wasn't the prospect grade, the pedigree that Caleb has, basically that all 3 of them didn't have. Coming out, like you just said it, highest graded since Luck. The other 3 guys did not have that same luck, or that same grade.
Right.
That's all it was, and especially if you had defensive guys still going. Like there is if Caleb Williams is the number 1 pick to anybody who has the number 1 pick this year. Doesn't matter who it is. They might have a quarterback on their team. They probably still take Caleb Williams because that's how you just take that high of that caliber of a player.
You could go. It would be a fun exercise. Caleb Williams versus NFL quarterback in the league. And other than Mahomes, Burrow, Allen,
Lamar. I know it gets tricky.
Come on, bro. And that's a 2-time MVP. And you're asking yourself, would you? I'm personally, I'm taking Caleb. I am, because we talked about it last week. We just watched the game. The AFC title game was literally what we have been arguing in this city for the last fucking 6 weeks. The AFC title game was Caleb versus Fields. If Fields ever maxes out his potential, he would be Lamar Jackson. If Caleb maxes out his potential, he would be Pat Mahomes. What do we want? Who do we want? It's not like Lamar played bad. Lamar played fine. He played well, I guess, in points. Bad fumble, bad pick. But doesn't that sound like Fields? Bad fumble, bad pick. Oh
Yeah.
I think they take Caleb. Caleb Williams or Justin Herbert.
Oh man. I hate myself. At this point, I might gamble Caleb.
See? Caleb
know.
Williams or CJ Stroud.
Oh, that's hard. We just saw Stroud was so good. I don't know if you can go back and I might still take Stroud right now because I don't know if I go back in. I don't know if I go back in the mystery box for that yet. Only because Stroud was better than Herbert's been ever last year.
He looked fantastic. He was
that's
just amazing.
That's the thing. So I don't know if I can go back in that. Herbert's been good, but not elite. So like
Caleb
he's been
Williams
really
or
good.
Jalen Hurts.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Jalen Hurts, I love Jalen Hurts, but he's more a fantasy quarterback to me than real life guy. So that's kind of where
so really, if you look around the NFL, if you look around the broad scheme of the league, there's literally 3 quarterbacks that you say, no, I'm keeping for sure in Burrow, Mahomes, and Allen. And then you got a question mark with Lamar. You got a question mark with, or I guess you got 4. You're keeping Stroud, and I'm still thinking about Caleb over Stroud. So, like, you have 4 locks in Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Stroud with question marks of Herbert and Lamar. That's where Caleb's at right now. Jordan Love, that was the last one. Caleb? Does Jordan Love look damn
Caleb.
good?
Yeah, no, Caleb Williams still for me.
Okay. All right.
Caleb Williams for sure.
Obviously over Tua and Purdy, those Dak.
Yeah, it would just be Mahomes probably. Josh Allen.
Burrow.
And Burrow. I'd probably still take Burrow.
No, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, Lamar's a tough one. I get it. That's crazy. 2-time MVP.
Poppy says Washington will trade up for the number 1 pick to Chicago, but he doesn't want the Bears to go after Caleb. They need to build around Fields.
We're gonna be so cold.
And that's the consensus around the Super Bowl this week.
People are gonna hate us for what we just said. We're gonna have Philly coming at us like you're gonna take the mystery box over Hurts.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna take him over Lamar. Or you're gonna take him over Jordan.
Over the 2-time MVP. I will take Caleb Williams over Lamar Jackson. Yes, I will.
And Jared Goff and Brock Purdy and all these other.
Oh God, that's
dude,
easy peasy for me.
So
that's why dude. It's I think I just let my love for Justin Fields warp me. Like I let my love for the man himself warp me into not wanting Caleb. But man, Caleb's it, dude. The more I hear people talk about this kid, the more it's just like, and I've watched him play all year. Like I didn't see how everyone hates the way people don't like him because he cries and he wears fucking nail polish. Let's be real. Let's be honest, dude. The people in this meaty ass city don't like him because he went and cried on his mom's lap and he wore nail polish. Yeah, thanks, Doc. Yeah, I'm glad I saw the light for sure. I love the kid. I love Justin Fields to death, man. I love that kid so much. I hope he goes to Atlanta and succeeds for sure. But I want Caleb Williams.
By the way, congrats, Doc. New baby at the hospital right now.
Oh, congrats, Doc. That's wonderful, bro. Wonderful.
Oh man, all right, Ivan, I need to. You got to go back and just watch last week's show from the beginning, at least like 20 minutes in when we get into what are you building around with Justin Fields? Who are you building around? You're the 28th ranked quarterback in the NFL in the last 3 years that he's been there. You can't build around him. I'm exhausted with that one. He gave you so many stats. It's just impossible to build around. And and then I hear like, well, you the O-line. And well, it's like, well, good quarterbacks have had bad O-lines before, and they've still been good quarterbacks. Well, his weapons thing. Well, he has DJ Moore. He has a better one than some teams. He has a better one than Houston has, and a better run game than Houston has.
O-line.
And now everybody wants to come back at me and go, well, Nico and Tate and Tank are awesome. They're a great, well, yeah, but they weren't though. Like you weren't betting on that a year ago. So stop that. You didn't even know who they were a year ago, let alone were you betting on that. I get it. Mooney's not a great number 2, but Komet's good. DJ Moore's he has the running backs. He has Cole Kmet. He has DJ Moore, and he had an improving O-line this year. It wasn't as bad as people think the Chicago O-line was. Some of those wounds.
Play calling was pretty putrid for the first quarter of the season.
We talked about that though. I don't know if that's necessarily on Getsy. I think there's a limit that Justin had that they were trying, and they were also trying to see if Justin can really do what they wanted him to do. It was a test. We've agreed on that at this point. He was out there running a test some of the times out there for Eberflus. But I also think Eberflus had him pinched down a little. You knew it when the press conference when they asked Eberflus what was the thing he improved upon the most this season, and he paused for a second and was like, well, he didn't turn the ball over. So that was kind of a glaring one on that one. But he had enough. He had enough in my eyes around him to succeed because he should be able to make the other people too better around him. You can't, not everybody gets a Pro Bowl scenario built around them, and it doesn't last. It gets expensive. I've seen people that are out there like, well, they can draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and they can sign T. Higgins this offseason. I'm like, do you want to see the wildest fight you've ever, like, they're going to complain all season long when three of them are splitting 24 targets a game out there. Like, that's just the way it goes. Justin, even if you put him in a different offense, and he still likes to run. He's a one read scramble run type guy, right? When it's not there, you run. So even if he might not ever throw the football 35 times a game in any offense that he's in, or 38 times a game. So you can't have, it would just be a mess with 3 wide receivers like that. He had enough in my eyes. He definitely had enough to succeed this year. He did not elevate those around him. You can't build a Pro Bowl roster around your quarterback and just see. You're a San Fran fan though. Like, you're living in the outlier of all outliers right now in San Francisco. Like, Shanahan he's just a magician, and his system, he teaches it well. He finds the right players. You have a great head coach. That's all what it boils down to. That magic does not recreate itself for anyone else for the most part. I mean, even Sean McVay is an offensive genius, and he still had to go out and trade for Matthew Stafford to finally win a Super Bowl. So, like, maybe that's what San Fran, if Brock Purdy does not win that game tomorrow, I don't know how San Fran probably doesn't start thinking about finding that. I hate saying this, but
how? But who?
I know. Like, I don't know who. I don't even know who that is. Aaron Rodgers was it maybe until he went to the Jets, talking Tom Brady out of retirement. Was it? I don't know who it is now.
Wild.
Like, we're at a changing of the guard.
Dude, CM Punk had the best. I know, hate to bring it back to wrestling, but CM Punk had the best comparison at doing that press conference today. Did you hear it? He said bringing The Rock in to take the main event of WrestleMania after not being around all year long is like the San Francisco 49ers calling Tom Brady to take the quarterback position to play the Super Bowl for one game for them after not playing the season all year. And I was just like, bro! And, like, they could have technically done that if they wanted to. Like, imagine if they just had him ready, knowing the playbook, and we're like, Tom, we got you lined up. I know it's both, like, that's like some movie shit, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I loved that. I loved that analogy, dude.
But you know what? It's as crazy as it sounds. They probably should. I'd still take Tom Brady over Brock Purdy right now against Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. Just give him like a couple months to get loose, train a little bit. He still looks like he's in decent shape. Takes care of himself. Got the TB12 guys.
Let's be real though. Let's not disrespect fucking Brock Purdy. He was
good. I know he was good. I get it. But if they don't win this year though, that's going to be the narrative. It's going to be like.
Is it on him? He was the one. Look at the Detroit game. That vaunted defense just got shredded.
I get it.
Granted, they played better in the second half, but they got shredded. Why did San Francisco win that game? Who did they win that game on? Brock Purdy's legs and his arm. Brock Purdy made the plays to get them back in that game, to win that game.
No,
for them.
I agree.
Every key third down, he'd use his legs, he'd extend the play. And this is coming from the guy who said Brock Purdy is not real. I said that's fake. No, he's real. He's a good NFL quarterback. He's a top 16 at worst NFL quarterback.
Yeah, he's good. The ANY, that's the adjusted net yards per attempt. Everything else, like 901 shows you everything about him. He was good. He was really good on his own. I don't care what anyone says, but if they don't win this game and he struggles, even so, if they just don't win this game, period, what's it going to take to get San Fran over the hump? Is going to be the narrative, and it's going to be they don't have a top 5 quarterback. That's the one thing they've never had. Never. And you know what? It'll prove it'll make me definitely want Caleb at that point. Then, like, there you go. I don't like building the team around the quarterback. I just don't like build a quarterback and then get your quarterback first. Then you just add to it after that. But I feel bad. Brock Purdy's out here just catching strays right now from us, even. But I don't mean
from you.
Out of all people, from me too, because I'm the one who liked him.
I'm putting that bulletproof protector on for him, man. I'm like, I got you, Brock, dude. I'm taking those shots for you.
Now, I'm so happy though that he was part of the comeback list, because historically hasn't been great when they trail. That's been a problem with him too, and that's why a lot of people hate on him. Like, see what happens when it's not perfect around him, and so I'm glad that they were trailing. They came back, they won that game, and then he kind of sealed it too, put him on their shoulder and did it. But
that's a good fact, Doc. San Francisco tried the quarterback first round with the trade for Trey. With they trade 3 first-round picks. Miami turned them into Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. What? Come on, nasty.
Yeah. Oh, what do you say? Sorry, I clicked the thing.
No, you're good. You're good.
They did take Brock Purdy the same draft that they took Trey Lance in, that they trade up to get. So they took 2 QBs that year. One was just the very last pick of the draft. Yeah.
Oh, Brock was from that same draft class?
Same draft class.
Oh, I thought he was a rookie last year. No shit.
Yep. So he was the very last pick, same class as Trey Lance.
I was wondering why he was so old. I thought he was like one of those Stetson Bennett like guys.
But Doc's right on another part too. That, like I said earlier, they're the outlier. You can't use them for any sort of like. They have Shanahan, and already they. You know what I would do to have? We should have Shanahan. Did you know that?
Why was he? Was he going to be or what? Which time? The John Fox time? The Matt Nagy time? What was the time?
I forgot which time it was now. There was but it was, hold on. When did he take let's see. 26, John Fox. It was the John Fox. San Fran brought him in 2017, right after the Super Bowl.
Man,
we hired John Fox. San Fran hires Shanahan. Gotta love it. That's what Chicago does best. But we should have had a chance to get him. Chicago has money. Should have just backed up the Brinks truck and brought. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, but should have. Might have been a whole different story for us here. He is the outlier, though. Like McVay, there's not many of them, so I hate using San Francisco as an example for anything. That was
the Pickett draft. He said Purdy was a Pickett draft. What was that? 2 years ago? Yeah, it was a year after Fields, 2 years ago. Yeah. All right. So I wasn't far off, as we were in between.
So it was that draft. Let's see.
Yeah, because last year he was a rookie. He wasn't a rookie last year. He was a rookie 2 years ago. Right? I thought he was a rookie last year.
Yep, he was. It was the Pickett draft. Okay, so it was the year after.
Okay.
They still never watched. They never even seen Trey Lance play. They still took another quarterback. I guess they've seen him in their system though for a year.
Well, I mean,
he's still got a tough.
We're trading out for a kid from North Dakota State. I mean,
he got that one ugly ass weather game though in Chicago, that rain game, and we never really got a chance to see him ever again. So I kind of do feel bad for Trey Lance, in a sense. You will see him again. Anyone who's held on to him in Dynasty, good, just keep doing it.
Yeah,
I bet you at some point he will. But all right, let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Go ahead. Wrap it up,
bro. This has been an awesome night, man. We talked so much Super Bowl
rambling
stuff
about Brock Purdy and stuff.
I don't know how the fuck it ended up back to Chicago. It always does end up back to Chicago, but we ripped so much Super Bowl stuff. If you guys tuned in, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Again, if it's your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button. We have so much content, sports, wrestling.
Swifty tried to come at us.
Yeah, she did. She was asking about. We had a Swifty in here.
Kidding me?
She was asking about her first Grammy win album, her middle name, and Street's just out here slaying that T Swift trivia. All right, so Streetz is able to throw it up for sure. But yo, if
Nothing
you're
but love
first
for TK
time,
here.
no, we love Tay. But if you're first time tuning in, we thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Please hit the like button on this video. Please hit the subscribe button on the channel. We got sports, wrestling, entertainment, fantasy football, gaming 7 days a week. So please tune in. Go to the website, floorsnipersports.com. You can find great lists like the top 20 Super Bowls of all time, top 57 players that never win a Super Bowl of all time. Great stuff like that. And we got merch. So you go to floorsnipersports.com/merch. Check it out. Really appreciate everyone who tuned in. Streetz, you are the man, bro. This was awesome. I hope you enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday, my friend.
As to you, hope you pig out. Hope it's a good game. I hope the Chiefs win. We get that. Mahomes can do that. Chiefs, see?
Chiefs, yes.
He knows already.
Go Chiefs.
I want to get Mahomes to start doing the same pictures with the rings on his hand that we saw Tom doing, because that'd be a fun one. So yeah, hopefully the Chiefs win. Hopefully it's in a good game. I'm sorry, Ivan. I hate saying this. I feel bad. Sean's out in Vegas too right now, having a ball. If you've seen that. Oh yeah, I have to send you the picture. He met Michael Pittman. He's having a blast out there. Rotos. You know Sean from the Roto Slapper. So he's out. He's in Vegas right now, living it up. So I feel bad for him too. That I'm picking the Chiefs. He's gonna hate me for this also. So sorry, Ivan. Sorry,
Ivan.
Sean.
Go Niners! Awesome show. I love you, Poppy. Can't wait to be on Circle of Debate tomorrow night on the Debate Network.
Like Shanahan's gonna win one at some point. It's going to happen. I feel like
it's not against the Chiefs. He can maybe win the Burrow Super Bowl and move him to 0-2, or win the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl or something along those lines. But yo, go check out the Debate Network, Circle of Debate. Give them a subscribe over there.
If I will wear, if the 49ers do win, I will wear a 49ers jersey. There you go, Ivan. How's that? I will wear. If I have to pick one though. I do want to get myself a. I'm picking the player though. I don't know who. Probably who would I?
For the 49ers, like what 49ers jersey would you wear? You would wear a Brandon Ayuk and just.
That's probably
fantasy football.
Yeah, no, that's why I'd probably just wear the Ayuk anyways. I know Doc's a big Ayuk guy too. He's probably my favorite 49er.
I'm a Debo guy. Debo's my favorite 49er.
You like the gadget guy. Yep. Yeah.
He's just a fucking hammer is why I love him, baby. He's a hammer.
CMC? No?
Oh, I love CMC.
I just can't see myself getting a running back's jersey. I bought a Le'Veon Bell jersey once though.
I love George Kittle. I love George Kittle.
Kittle, let's see. Kittle, that's a good
one of my guys. Love Kittle. Kittle and Debo. Those are my guys on that squad. I don't hate San Francisco, but I'm a Chiefs guy. So
Kittle not only is a huge wrestling fan, if you did not know this, Kittle's also a diehard Bears fan deep down because that was his team growing up. So he does like the Bears, even though he plays for the 49ers. So Kittle's an all-around.
He says it every time he beats the Packers in the playoffs.
Yep.
You can't beat them.
You'll see it on our opening video, the Bears.
Oh, Bears. That's right.
But yes, I like Kittle too. But yeah, if they do win, I'll wear a 49ers jersey for you, Ivan. How's that? That's what I'll do. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We will we'll be back next week. Same time, this time Thursday night again. Super Bowl will be over, so this time now we can start getting into the NFL draft and free agency. A little bit more hardcore on that one. Spring training will be getting going. White Sox new stadium. Sure, people are thrilled to talk about this one. No. But we do have some fun stuff, at least in the lull of sports season now, kind of approaching us here. The NBA, we could talk about some NBA here. I know it's not fun to really talk about right now for you. Bulls fans,
I know he's
talking
right now, but I don't. Zach, fuck Zach.
That's the problem. Bulls fans right now are like in this weird.
I love Kobe though.
I know I was wrong on him, but
we all were.
He's definitely been good. But
thank God we didn't trade him. My God.
AK just standing still, doing nothing with his hands in his pockets.
Yo, 30 months. In 30 months, he hasn't traded a player. 30 months. How does an NBA executive not make a trade for a player off or onto your team in 30 months. Holy shit. Tonight was Kobe Sanders. Oh, appreciate you, Poppy. Appreciate you.
I saw the Kobe thing popped up again about when he ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah.
Or tore his Achilles, and the first thing that came out of his mouth was fuck Paul Pierce. That's what he said. he was like sitting on the ground or something like that, and that's what he said. His first words was fuck Paul Pierce. That's just the type of competitor Kobe was. That's what I hope Caleb is. I want somebody fierce when they get out there and play. But yeah, thank you all again for tuning in. We'll see you next week on this one. I'm basically buying myself time because I can't find the right thing that I'm trying to click on right now. So that's all I've been doing is I try to get us out of here. But all right, I'll see you guys later.
Go Chiefs!
You're gonna love my nuts. Watch the
Dance.
Boom, ba boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, boom, boom.
Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, yeah. A boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
Ain't nobody got time for that.